Welcome back to the Turf District. It's episode 71 of the Eskimo Empire podcast. And if you, as we pan out slowly, this is the Empire Points Prize. We have quite a bit to give away there. In total, we ended up with 12 different signed pictures, and of course that ball that is all going to be part of the Empire Points Prize package. And as it turns out, we have 3 winners, so we will be divvying that out before too terribly long. Welcome back to the Turf District, and like I said, episode 71, boy, we have a special show for you. This is going to be our season in review show. It's also going to be a lot of fun because we're joined by a whole bunch of fun in the Turf District. So welcome back. As I said before, I'm your host, Andrew, and joining us back here, the big return. He's healthy again. And Mike, how you doing? Oh, nice. There's the jazz hands. That's exactly. Yeah, nice. Nice. Very well done. Exactly. Welcome back. It's about time that we got you back in here to chat some stuff. Now, this, as I said, is the Waddell Smith show. So if you wouldn't mind just showing us the Waddell Waddle, I'd really appreciate it.
That's not
No? Oh, okay. Well, I had to try. All right. But you're...
the ball when I just
Yeah, don't... No. Okay. Anyway, I am glad you're healthy. I'm glad you are back, and welcome back so that we can chat more about all of this wonderful season. Also joining us back in the Turf District, Morley Scott and his partner in crime, Dave Campbell. There we go. I guess look at that. I can actually fit both of you in if I lean back for it.
Oh, come here.
Are you the pot or the kettle? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'd be the pot. Yeah, exactly. Actually, no. Hi, pot. This is kettle. You're black. Right. Okay, so I'm kettle. All right. Anyway, welcome back, guys. And thanks for joining us here for our review show. We very much appreciate it. We have a couple of questions just from fans that we wanted to kind of talk about here before we get into too much on the Esks side of things. Of course, we were going to talk about the Grey Cup in the... Oh, nice. Andrew is the whole tea set. That's what just came across. So there you go.
Wow.
I actually meant because this is a narrow range. Anyway. Okay.
You meant we're fat.
No, I did not mean that. Okay. We are going to talk about the Grey Cup in the show. Let's just talk a little bit of Esks. So, Derek asked the question, who do you guys think was the most improved player as the season went on? Dave will start.
Easy. Kenny Ladler.
Okay.
From game 1 to game 18 into the playoffs, I mean, he improved most. I think probably around Labor Day is when I think that's when the coming out party really happened for Kenny Ladler. He was outstanding this year. So, I picked number 37.
All right. Morley.
I'm going to go with Brandon Zylstra because at the start of the season,
he wasn't playing.
He wasn't in anybody's plans for anything. I mean, he was on the practice roster. But to hear the stories about him and his progress from the start of the year, even from the tryout camp in Arizona to the mini camp in Florida, to training camp, to practice roster, to getting on the roster, to a couple of 100-yard games and 3 touchdowns. I think he was a pretty good story this year. And he started nowhere and finished as the number 3 receiver, putting himself in the position to be the number 2 receiver next year.
Absolutely. So, no, I put a question in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can ask a question. Yeah.
Sure. So, a little different kind of question. What do you guys like most about your jobs as the voice of the Eskimo?
Morley gets to go first this time.
Game day. I love game day. I always have. When I was doing hockey, I loved game day too. I like getting to first the rink, now the stadium early, and I love the quiet time before the game when nobody's there but me. I put some music on and do some work and just relax a little bit and get ready. Game day is great, and in football, I love the crescendo to game day through the practice week. You know, Day 1, Day 2, Day 3, walk through, and it just kind of builds all week long. So for me, it's just game day. Just being around the game on that day is pretty special.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
He gets to the stadium early, and I don't. When I show up, he hates it. So anyway, it's you. Great.
That's when I turn the music off.
That's when he looks behind him in the booth and goes, "Oh, it's you. I got to turn the music off."
You came back?
You don't have to turn the music off. You know, you don't.
I know.
Billy Joel.
This is just you.
A little Zanzibar playing in the background.
That's nice.
Everything Morley said. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I do like the build up from day 1 to game day. That is pretty cool. I like the relationships that you build over, for me it's been 12 years. And that's been outstanding. I love going on the road. I love when the visiting team comes in and you get, it's like a family. You get that family vibe. Murray McCormick, the best host on the road
Murray's
of
great.
anybody.
Yeah.
Herb Zurkowski, the most interesting man in the world when it comes to the football reporting side of things. You'll get the truth from Herb always.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Julio Caravata is one of my favorites. I mean, it's hard. I'm naming names. You're all lovely. It's great.
You're not naming names. You're dropping names.
I'm dropping names. Yes. Drew Edwards, grow your beard. Stop being lazy.
Oh, yeah, grow that beard back.
So yeah. For me, it's twofold. It's just to build up the game day, and it's going on the road or having the visiting teams come in and the media coming in and developing those relationships and continuing them. It's awesome.
Awesome. Well, I just got asked here, Morley, do you have a mute button for Dave?
Yeah, it's a medium meal.
It's a medium meal.
You know what? I don't, and I don't want a mute button for Dave.
That's all right.
I don't want a mute button.
Neither do we.
Because
That's why we keep
the more
everything
Dave
back.
talks, the less I have to talk.
This is true.
We got a question here from Leanne as well.
I'd like to have a volume switch.
Well,
sometime. Not so much a mute button, though.
Oh, first off, hello, Leanne.
Nice.
There's Leanne. She was
That's a great Barry White you just
She
did.
liked that. Yeah, exactly. That was almost as good as Randy Spencer's.
Almost as
Barry
good.
White. Yeah, exactly. You got it going on, baby.
I can't compete with Randy.
That's right.
So, how do you keep your professional relationship going so well?
Separate hotel rooms, that helps. Honestly, I don't know if we bicker. We bicker a lot.
Well, but
We
you guys
snipe.
have been doing this
Everybody does
together
with
for a
people
long time. Like,
Everybody does with people they work with.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. We just get along. We both love what we do, and we both love doing it, and there's never been an issue really.
That's awesome. That's
We've
awesome.
never had like a pure six argument. Just totally, not
Peer 2 maybe.
Peer 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peer 1 for sure. Oh, I dropped a Nance name.
That's
Peer 1.
Pier 1, nice.
Pier
Yeah.
1 imports or Pier
Jeez.
1 international system.
Yeah, when they start paying me, you can keep talking about Pier 1.
Okay,
The,
I'm trying to help you out here.
I appreciate that.
No,
yeah.
honestly, like I'd say, it's you just learn to be in a situation where you choose to have a good relationship, and
Yeah.
we do. And not all teams have this good of a relationship. I consider Morley a friend.
I think what's good for us is that we knew each other well before we started doing
That's
this
true.
job together. When I was doing hockey, Dave was op in hockey, and
Right.
we've known each other 20 plus years, right?
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
say.
that helps.
So,
Yeah.
and side by side for the last 7. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm on the wrong
And we
side.
love it.
You're usually on the
yeah,
left.
I'm
and
usually
I'm on the
You're
right.
gonna have
all
to-
right. He's got to be in the right side, so it gets my good ear.
Okay,
right?
well,
this
yeah.
one's pretty much gone. So
We'll switch you for the show.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, exactly.
that's funny. It's we always sit the same way, right? Like I'm always
Yeah.
on the
On
other
the
side.
side.
He's always on to my right. So.
Oh, that's well, yeah, and you even say that in the broadcast. Yeah, to my right is Morley or is Dave, and Leanne says hi, silky smooth. I don't know why I had to say that to you, but that's what she told.
Because that's what you wrote.
I know.
I mean,
That's-
I'm sorry. That's what
What?
you
It's
wrote.
like
Very
I'm
good.
not, Leanne. It's like I'm not even here. I'm hurt.
Chopped liver over here.
That's all right. Now you guys know how I feel when UT and Mike get on there. All right. This is an easy one. Morley, I'll start with you. Oh, there you go. I love you too, Morley. Is what
excellent.
Leanne said. Not that's what
Okay.
Leanne said.
I love you
I
too,
like
Andrew.
you, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, easy one for you. Deron Carter to Esks, yes or no?
Why not?
Okay.
But you can't. That can't be a yes or no question.
Well,
And you notice
Fill
I
it
answered
in.
the yes or no question
Fill
with
it in.
why not,
Exactly.
right? I think if there's anywhere where he's going to go, where he's going to reach that ability that everyone feels he has, it could be Edmonton because it's a no-nonsense organization, a no-nonsense dressing room. It's a great leadership core on the football team, and if there's any team in the league that, and every team's going to tell you they have great leaders, and everybody who does my job around the league will tell you their team has great leaders. So take it for what it's worth. But if there's any, I believe there's any team that can get him to get the attitude where it needs to be to allow the talent to help himself and the
Right.
team, it could be in this dressing room in Edmonton. So I'd be willing to take a chance on it.
And
Although
that's funny. As you
the
said
leash
that,
is about this long.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you said that, Coach puts the Eskimos' way. That might be it.
Yeah.
Right. So, Dave, your thoughts on that? Same thing.
Well, I think very similar thoughts. Now, if it gets to a situation where the Riders come in and offer this amount of money, or the Stampeders come in and offer this amount of money, and really I think there's only one team that would really, offer big bucks. Ed Hervey will not get into a bidding war.
No.
That's not Ed Hervey's style. It's either
No.
you are sold on what we offer you, or walk.
Or
I don't want him.
Yeah.
I don't want him if he's going to the highest bidder.
No,
I want
me
him
neither.
to pick the team
No.
that he feels is going to be best for his situation.
Right.
Yeah.
And if that's the team that offers him the most money, I hope it's not the Eskimos.
Perfect. I love that answer.
So we got Tony Allen from Rouge Radio asks.
Shut up, Tony.
He's still hurting.
Tony wants to know about the
yesterday.
mute button, right?
He's still hurting from yesterday. Yeah.
Was the 2016 edition of the Edmonton Eskimos an overachieving weak team or an underachieving strong team?
That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an excellent
He
question.
doesn't have to shut up now.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a tough question to answer. Because at the start of the year, they were probably an underachieving strong team in everyone's minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they probably weren't, because I don't think they were a strong team.
Right.
Because they'd lost a lot. And maybe at the end, in the final game, they might have been an underachieving good team. At the end of the game, when you go to the Eastern Final against Ottawa, because they did underachieve. They didn't play near their best football. They didn't play like they've been playing for the last 2 months. So I don't know. Can I take both?
Yeah,
because you know,
Sure.
that's another thing.
Different
I love,
points of the season.
That's another thing I love about football too, is the journey from May when training camp starts to November when they crown a Grey Cup champion, and the way the teams travel that map to get to where they want to be at the end of the year. Every year's different. I mean, you can win the Grey Cup in back-to-back years. I mean, like if the Eskimos would have won the Grey Cup this year, would have been nothing like last year. It would have been totally, because I mean, last year they did it for fun, right?
Yeah.
They won 10 straight games. Nobody could touch them. They were flat out the best team in the league from basically
Labor Day
from
on,
Labor Day
really.
on, right?
Yeah.
Or from the third quarter of Labor Day on.
Yeah.
That's right.
And this year, I mean, it was a roller coaster ride. It was win 3, lose 3, win 3, lose 3, and then let's just forget about everything and do the final 6 games, and they played very well. So that to me is how you got to measure it. And at the start of the year, they weren't as good as people thought they were going to be, but they weren't. I mean, they weren't as good a team as they were at the end of last year for sure. And at the end of the year, I think they were a pretty good team, but they underachieved a little bit, because I think they're a better team than Ottawa was. They just weren't on that day.
Right.
Well, and they didn't adapt to the weather, and Ottawa did, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's really what it comes down to. So, quickly, Avery asked Morley, if are you going to wear a
Avery?
he asked, are you going to wear a live mic on the sideline next year? I had to ask. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Okay.
Nice
Yes,
hat.
I
Nice
will.
hat, Avery. Nice hat, Avery.
Just a minute, let me cover my mic. Go ahead and answer. Okay. All right. Dave, your thoughts? Overachieving weak team or underachieving strong team? What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to change my answer is going to not reflect the question necessarily,
That's
although it would be
okay.
an offshoot.
That's okay.
I think a below average team became an above average team. That's what I will say. I can't call them a very good team. I don't think they were a bad team.
Right.
But when you start 5-7, you're a below average team.
Right.
Flirting with not being a very good team.
Yeah.
They went 6-2 down the stretch, including playoffs. I would call that stretch of the team a good team. So I think as it shakes out, they were above average.
Okay.
They had a underachieving offense, a defense that I don't know. I mean, they might have been playing a little bit above their head because the front four was so good down the stretch for most of the time, and their special teams honestly were dreadful. Outside of Sean White. So,
oh, and boy, are we going to talk about that tonight.
As it all shakes down, above average. Dope!
Okay, yes, exactly. Exactly, yeah. And I'm glad you put that in there. That's so impressive. Yeah, I can tell you listen. Anto asks, Grimes back? Yes or no chance on it? What do you think?
Well, I will say I don't know, because it depends what the Eagles do. I mean, they've waived him twice.
Yeah.
First was injury settlement. Once that got settled, he's on active roster. Then he got waived. Now he's back on the PR. So, if he's available, there's no question that Ed Hervey will call. But Chris Jones will call too. And
I'm sure he will.
Other GMs too. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think the farther it gets from last year's Grey Cup win, the less of a chance it is he'll return, because he'll lose those feelings. The team will be changing. He'll have buddies playing in other teams around the league. And I'm not saying this about him, but I mean, the NFL changes guys, right? Because you get the big paychecks, and then all of a sudden it's like, I want the paycheck. And, you know, but you got to choose what's, as I said with Carter, too, you got to choose the best team that's best for your situation. I know he loved it here. Yeah. I know he enjoyed playing here. But he enjoyed playing for Chris Jones too, so there is that factor, and I don't know. He certainly would have solved a lot of problems. Can you imagine if him and John Ojo would have been playing this year?
Absolutely.
You know, would have solved a lot of problems for the Eskimos. But
massive.
I don't know. You know, wherever he goes, I wish him well, and I hope he sticks in the NFL because that's the best thing for him and his family, obviously, because he makes a lot more money playing on the practice roster in the NFL than he does here. So
exactly. All right, well, we got a lot to go over tonight, boys. Just quickly, I'm going to switch over to our Empire Points winners here. So I'm going to switch behind you there again, Mike. There we are. So again, we have all of these lovely gifts. That's why all the signed pictures are out. And our winners. Ooh, I just covered the... That's really smart. There we are. Okay. So our winner in third place is Papa Duck Chris. In second place was Jedi Chantel. And wrapping up in first place, as she did most of the season, she came back, made a big push at the end, Leanne. So, Leanne, the ball is definitely yours. And each of you will be able to pick... well, now Morley took it, so the tea is definitely hers. And all of the other pictures will be divvied up amongst all of the winners. And to tell you how you could probably get those, let's talk about it, Mike. What do you got? Hang on. There we go. I flipped the wrong time. There he is. All right.
So speaking of Empire Points, last year we announced the winners at the year-end party. Now we have details on this year's wrap-up. So, this year we'll be meeting at Brewster's downtown on 104th and 116th at 6:30 on December 16th. Yes. So, hope to see everybody there. We may be recording a live podcast.
Quite likely.
Yeah, it's quite likely. Odds are really good, let's be honest. And hopefully we'll have some featured fans coming, some guests, maybe some special guests coming. And hopefully going to have the first batch of Eskimo Empire Podcast t-shirts for sale as well. So make sure you get down there, come on in, say hi. And we can't wait to see you there.
Absolutely. That's perfect. Thank you for the announcement. And we'll do more of that on the show as well. So the show is out on Wednesday. We're going to have more of a season review with Dave and Morley. We'll go over the Grey Cup a little bit and yay Red Blacks, and what a classic game that was. That was fantastic. Of course, the return of the Eskimo History segment with Mike here tonight, and of course our highlights of the year, and of course we'll talk more about the Year End Westivus party where we will see all of you. Find us on Twitter at EskEmpirePod, on Facebook, facebook.com/EskEmpirePod, and of course also on YouTube and Instagram. That's the other thing I was missing. So find us all on there, interact with us, and be part of the Empire. Appreciate all of you guys that are watching and being part of it, and congrats again to all the Empire Points winners. We'll get those prizes out to you right away, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.